And it was adoration, which was great. So I was just looking upon the Lord. And a number of thoughts were going through my head, like, well, here I am in the eternal city, and I'm choosing to be in this little chapel for another hour. And why am I choosing this? And so related to kind of some of the questions I get from parishioners, or even from non-believers, like, what do you go and you pray in front of this flat piece of bread for an hour? Why would you do that? And so just kind of challenging myself, why does the Lord call us to do this? And as I was trying to discern and trying to avoid like going back to seminary, what I learned about the Eucharist or what I've learned in my priesthood about why the Lord makes himself present to us and all the mysteries of the Mass and his sacrifice at Calvary and, John chapter 6, unless you eat my flesh and drink my blood. So I could have gone to all those answers, but I was just trying to answer it for myself. And as I was kneeling there looking at the monstrance, I found myself kind of like lunging over the kneeler, like trying to get closer to him. Like come on, Lord, what do you have for me? And it struck me that he was inviting me to hunger for him, in the sense that, that kind of like part of the reason why he comes to us as ordinary food. He wants us to hunger for him. He wants us to hunger for him more than anything else in this world. And I think that can resonate with all of us. I don't know about you, but I thought we had an amazing breakfast this morning. I appreciate food. In fact, on my ordination day back on April 11th, part of the things you have to do is you have to pick people to honor you, which is a little humbling. So I basically asked somebody to stand up and say good things about me. So one of my friends that I chose was Father Peter Williams, who's pastor at St. Ambrose in Woodbury. We were classmates, and I know he's just a great speaker. So I thought, well, he'll do a good job. And he did a combination of like honor and roast, but. So we vacationed together, and he's telling the people this, and he said, we will be we'll be on vacation, and the 5 priests will be having lunch, and in the middle of lunch, Izen will look up from his food and ask, what are we having for dinner? And he's right, I've done that. And so what I experienced that second holy hour in Rome in July was the Lord saying, you're always looking forward to earthly food. Why wouldn't you have at least that much anticipation for the heavenly banquet, for the food that's come down from heaven? And so that really spoke to me. And so I hope that speaks to you maybe just a little bit. And really, the other gem I think you can take from this is the value of taking extra time for prayer. So Pope Francis has a great line about this. He says, chance to waste time with Jesus, which is part of what I felt like. I was like, okay, well, why wouldn't we want to waste time with Jesus? So in that extra time where you don't have an agenda, you don't have like this to-do list of prayers you need to say, but rather just being with the Lord the way you would treasure having extra time with a good friend.